Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to see how to draw the involute of a circle. So, what is mean by involute of a circle? A circle is available. We are going to wound one thread over the circumference of the circle. The starting and ending point of the thread is A. So, one end point of the thread is fixed here. Another end point of the thread in the same location. We are going to cut and unwound with stiffness. So the path traced by the end point A for one circumference length. The path traced by the end point A when you unwind is called as involute curve. So what will be the length of this length of the thread? That will be equivalent to 2 pi r. The length of the thread will be equivalent to this length will be pi into diameter. So the involute of a circle of diameter 40 mm. So for 40 mm diameter circle, we are going to draw the involute curve. So first, radius 20 mm, you draw the circle, draw the center lines. Now using the protractor, keep the protractor intersection points exactly at the horizontal line here. I am going to divide the circle into 8 equal parts. So 360 divided by 8 will be 45 degree. So mark 45 degree and 90 degree. So in clockwise direction also you can mark 45 degree. So using this you can divide the circle into 8 equal parts. So using the scale, keep the scale at the center point of the circle. The 45 degree point is here. So the scale should be in alignment with the center point as well as this 45 degree point. So using that, you can draw one line here. The same way, already we have drawn the vertical lines here. The same way, you divide the circle into 8 equal parts. Now, when you unwind the thread in clockwise direction, the length of the thread will be equivalent to the circumference length of the thread. That is pi into 40. For that length, you have to draw the horizontal line. Now, divide this line into number of equal segments. So, you can draw one 15 degree inclined line. Okay. So, divide this 15 degree inclined line into 8 equal parts. Now, join with the last point of the pi d line. Pi into 40. For that measurement, you draw one horizontal line. Join the last point with the last point of the pi d line. Okay. So keep the scale here. Now move the scale parallel to the last line drawn. So you can have the number of division points here. Now you can give the notation 1, 2. Okay. The starting point will be A. Now through all the division points, you have to draw the tangential perpendicular lines. For example, this is a division point 1, 2, now keep the protractor scale in alignment with the division line. Mark 90 degree here. Now using the scale, draw one perpendicular line. So this angle should be 90 degree. Now when you unwind the thread from the point A, the arc length, it will be unwinding. That arc length will be equal to A1. Now keep the protractor scale in alignment with the line 2,6, center line 2,6. So mark 90 degree through the division point 2. Through the division point 2, you draw one perpendicular line. So this angle should be 90 degree. Likewise, through all the division points, you have to draw the perpendicular line. So tangential to the line, tangential to the circle, we have to draw the perpendicular. That is important. So keep the protractor scale on along the line 4, 0. Now mark 90 degree. So join 4 to mark the point. Similarly, keep the protractor scale in alignment with the O5. Mark 90 degree. So through this you can draw perpendicular line. Similarly, through the point 6, you have to draw the perpendicular line to the O6. Similarly, draw the perpendicular line to the O7. So using the scale, protractor and scale combination, I am going to draw the perpendiculars. Now, take the compass, measure the length. Now, when I unwind the thread from the point A to 1 will be equal to this curve length will be available here, A1. So what I am going to do is measure A to 1. So here you have to remember one thing. So when I take the radius will be A1. The center point will be this division point 1. When you take the radius A2, the center point will be division point 2. Likewise, you have to take the radius. So take the radius A to 1, center point will be 1, draw the arc. This will be 1, 1. Then take the radius A2. When you take the radius A2, center point will be 2. Draw the arc on the line passing through division point 2. This will be 2, 1. Similarly, you are going to take the radius A3. So when you take the radius A3, the center point will be 3. Likewise, you have to take. So the arc length will be gradually, the length of thread is gradually increasing by 1 division distance. There is a meaning here. This will be 3, 1. Then take the radius A4. Center point will be 4. Draw the arc here. So this will be 4, 1. Likewise, you have to take the arc. Radius will be A5. Center point will be 5. Draw the arc on the line passing through division point 5. Then radius will be A6. Center point will be 6. Draw the arc on the point 6. This will be 6, 1. Then radius will be A7. Center point will be 7. Draw the arc on the line 7. So this will be 7, 1. Radius will be A8. Already we are having the 8th division point. So for 8th division point, you no need to draw the arc. Now smoothly join all these points. Starting point will be A. The distance between A1, that is 1 to A, this curve length will be unwind. So radius will be A1. When you take the center point, this curve length will be available in between A2. So here radius will be A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, already 8th division available. So using the smooth curve, we are going to join all the smoothly join all the points. Now we are going to draw the tangent and normal. So randomly I am going to take one point on the curve. I am going to take one point P on the curve. Now join this point P with the center point of the circle. Join the point P with the center point of the circle. For this line PO, measure the length of the line PO and mark the midpoint on that line. Midpoint will be indicated as S. Midpoint will be S. So with the radius SP. The radius SP, you draw one semicircle. So this arc, semicircular arc will pass through the circle. You will get one intersection point here. Now join this intersection point with the point P on the curve. So this will be the normal MN. Perpendicular to the normal through the point P, keep the protractor like this, mark 90 degree. So tangential to the curve are going to draw here. So draw one perpendicular to the normal. That will be the tangent. So for that you can give the notation PQ. Okay. This will be your tangent and normal. Thank you, students. For any improvement, you can give the feedback in chat box. Thank you.